Here we go, guys. What's up, guys? This is Mike Lurs. Going to be casting another game with Earn Real Tangos. This is going to be a round 3 game from SECS or TECS, whichever one you want to call it. We're going to be having Earn Real Tangos once again. This time on the Dire versus the Dream Destroyers on the Radiant side, and well, Puck being picked up first again by the Earn Real Tango side. They did this last game, and they had a really strange lineup by the end of it. But they are on the Dire, and Lycan is not banned. So, I mean, take that for what it's worth. Dream Destroyers do have an opportunity to pick it right now, and I think they might just want to. I mean, at this point, a pick of a Lycan is... At this point, the pick of the Lycan is just a pseudo-ban. You'll get that away from Earn Real Tangos. I'm just making sure that the chat is working. And it seems like it is. Someone asked a question. I don't know the answer to the question because I don't understand the question. But Dream Destroyers are going to go for lane dominance as their first 2 picks. Mirana as well as the Bane. Not even going to give Earn Real Tangos URT a chance at denying them that Nightmare setup combination. Now, going for this combination against a Puck is always a little bit ambitious, but you know, Puck is not immune to this combo by any means. If last game was any indication, then we will most likely be seeing Puck on the solo off lane. But against a Bane Mirana, it gets a little bit sketchy. So that may or may not happen. But that's what Tolera did last game. It was a Puck off lane. Of course, you could always go Puck mid lane. Nothing is really stopping them from doing that. Earn Real Tango is going to go for a second pick Lich. I actually really like this pickup from Earn Real Tangos, mostly because it is a ranged support hero. And when you have to deal with Nightmares and Mirana arrows, having a hero with range is just so big. Like, you could pull the Nightmare off of whoever's Nightmared, and then suddenly the lane doesn't get as deadly anymore. And that is one of the downsides of going with a Bane Mirana combination as opposed to a Shadow Demon Mirana combination, is that Nightmare can be juggled. And, well, you could kind of mind game them then, but hell, if you get the enemy team to start having to go into the mind game tank, then that's pretty much already a win for that lane. Not only that, but you're denying them experience, getting experience for your team, and just having that whole ramp thing going on. But, yeah, so Lich as well as Puck most likely going to be played in separate lanes, at least from the start. You know, Lich might help out with a sacrifice or two, but that's probably going to be rather negligible. Earn Real Tango is going to ban out an Enigma, and Dream Destroyer is going to be banning out Wisp. So both teams looking to eliminate some of the potential 4 or 5 role heroes, as both teams already have only one of their support heroes as stands right now. Banning out the Enigma, getting rid of that giant AoE disable. I mean, that's already Enigma down the tubes, tied down the tubes as far as big AoE teamfight skills. Brewmaster still is on the table as, well, okay, Brewmaster no longer on the table, guys. Poor Brewmaster. We saw him last game. No, we saw him the first game, since it's a round 3 game. And Lycan, yes, Lycan is going to now be banned out by the Dream Destroyers. Holy crap, apparently I cannot speak, and speaking is pretty important when you're going to be talking to yourself in front of a computer. But they have Bane Mirana. Are they going to go for even more aggressive laning, or are they going to be satisfied with the Bane Mirana combination? Of course, they still need their other lanes. They need another support hero. They need someone to handle the mid lane, potentially against Puck, potentially up against a different hero. And it's going to be an Invoker from the Dream Destroyers. Okay, last game, Earn Real Tangos ran a support Invoker, which was fairly interesting. But I think this game, Dream Destroyers are going to be just fine with laning Invoker in the mid lane, run it Extort, and be perfectly okay with that. Nightmare Arrow is a devastating combination, and you know what makes that more fun? Do you know what makes it more fun? You drop a Sunstrike on them. Oh yes, it's pain for days. Invoker's going to be happy about that. And Invoker versus a Puck matchup, it's fairly even. At least it should not be a one-sided stompfest going either way. So Earn Real Tangos, looks like this game, at least they're taking a little bit more seriously, going to go for a Luna. So they are going to, first of all, not go for a 4-core lineup like last game, so that's not going to be happening. But Luna Lich is a good combination. It's a little bit defensive, but it also could put out a lot of burst damage. But again, picking a hero that is ranged against a Mirana Bane combination is a big factor of this pick as well. I mean, they are, of course, ranged, so they could right-click and kind of do that whole harassment damage trading thing. When you have Lunar Blessing, then those damage trades get a lot more appealing. So Urnreal Tangos, they could go, at this point with the Luna pickup, for any other support hero. Like Sand King, I think, at this point would be a decent pickup. He's melee, which is kind of rough in a lane that's probably going to be very aggressive from the Dream Destroyers. But getting that additional stun in the lane is going to be pretty paramount, I would say. Rubik is also another suitable pick for the Urnreal and Tango side. No huge game-breaking skill steal, like no Ravages, no Black Holes, stuff of that nature. But just having another ranged hero, having a disable so that Luna and Lich could get that many more right clicks, and I guess Rubik himself, so that they could all get more right clicks going. It's going to be really helpful for Urnreal Tango should they decide to take that route. Now, they're instead going to delay the pick and pick up a Beastmaster. Now, keep in mind that Dire do have that advantage in that they are able to pull the Ancients with an offlane Beastmaster, which is most likely what we're going to be seeing, although Beastmaster might go towards the mid lane. A Beastmaster mid lane, it hasn't been a thing for a long time, but it's still kind of a thing. Like, Beastmaster, put him in the offlane, put him in the mid lane. The distinction is not too huge. I mean, offlane you do get to stack Ancients, but against a Nyx Assassin Bane Mirana combination, potentially, the Ancients are most likely going to be warded. And if not, then Dream Destroyers, well, they don't have an offlane hero. They don't have a solo hero to go toe-to-toe with Beastmaster just yet. Tidehunter, unfortunately, would be the best pickup for that. But if they go for something like a Clockwork and just have that 1v1 melee matchup, then they're going to be perfectly okay with that. I think Clockwork versus Beastmaster isn't too hard. It isn't like too favored in the Clockwork, but I think it's like 60-40 Clockwork Beastmaster, something like that. At least that's the prediction that I would give the lane matchup. So it would be a worthwhile ban, I think, for the Urnreal Tango side if they are in fact planning on putting that Beastmaster alone on the bottom lane. And really, I think the upside of being able to pull and stack Ancients within the lane is too high to just ignore. I mean, there are very other few heroes that could do that, and by other few heroes, I mean like none. Tinker, I guess, can do it. If you march at the right place, you might be able to do it, but that's probably not a good idea. You probably shouldn't do that. Not a good idea, guys. So it is going to be a silencer ban up from Urnreal and Tangos. So right now they have a pretty aggressive ganking strategy. Their team fight is Eclipse, Chain Frost, started off with a Roar, and then you have a Coil there as well. So Global Silence would have truly been backbreaking should the Dream Destroyers pick that one up. But as it stands right now, Dream Destroyers are looking for potentially another support. If it does turn out to be a Nyx Assassin Beastmaster matchup, it's pretty even, I would say. Beastmaster might have a slight edge again. We'll see what Dream Destroyers want to do. Do they want to lane Nyx Assassin as a support? I think with Bane Mirana, Nyx Assassin as a support gets a little bit more appealing. I mean, yes, he is a very powerful offlaner, especially when he gets a relatively easy lane when he's not 1v3. But are they going to decide for that, or are they going to go for a Morphling? Okay. Well, Bane Mirana are probably... Well, Mirana's probably not going to be played as a one role anymore. Morphling is definitely going to be taking that upon himself, because it's Morphling, and that's what you do when you are playing a Morphling. You want him to get farm. I think it might be a solo Nyx Assassin, Bane Mirana, Roam, Invoker, Morphling solo lanes. If Morphling does run against a Beastmaster, still fairly even, though Morphling does have an edge. So it's more like 60-40 Morphling this time. But the Skywrath Mage is the last pickup from Urnreal Tangos. A really good hero when you have to just get a silence on that Morphling. Shut him up, and then burst him down with the large burst that they have. And yet another ranged support hero to pull any sort of nightmare shenanigans off. So, got ourselves quite an interesting lineup. Both teams have some pretty insane late game, or pretty respectable late game, let's say, between the Luna versus the Morphling. And that's a matchup that I haven't seen in quite a while, actually. That used to be like the thing that would happen all the time, which would be like a Luna versus Morphling going to town for the rest of the time. But we'll see how these lanes match up, because we have ourselves a real game, guys. We have ourselves a Bastion announcer, and that's important. That's the most important thing. Alright, on the Dream Destroyer side, we have Bloody 9. going to be playing that Bane, heading up towards the top lane, along with EU team matchmaking, best team matchmaking. I think this is, I don't know, this might be Moon Meander? I don't know, maybe, someone correct me, possibly, but he's going to be playing the Morphling, and Bendy is going to be also supporting the top lane as the Mirana. Alright, making sure URT are not doing any weird level 1 Roshan shenanigans. Enso is going to be handling the mid lane as Invoker, as expected, is going to be playing Exort, and WWD is on the Nyx Assassin, soloing the bottom lane. Might be going up against Tolera's Puck. We saw that work pretty well in the last game, but Puck versus Nyx Assassin is a little bit harder for Puck, I would say, than the last one. Tubby the Fat is going to be playing the Beastmaster. Looks like no, Tolera is going to be going towards mid lane. More expected, more standard. Tubby the Fat is going to be playing the Beastmaster. Your boy JC is going to be supporting that Beastmaster as the Lich. Lycus is in the mid lane right now. Okay. Dual lanes? Solo lane Luna? This is interesting from URT. Well, Lycus is going to be playing the Luna. He played the Dragon Knight last game, so I mean the mid is probably the mid lane hero, the mid lane player rather, for the Unreal Tango side. He's going to be supported by Flying Zebra from the get-go, but we'll see how these lanes actually shape up because Tolera on the Puck is going to be soloing, at least for now, 1v1 versus the Morphling. Already though, we see a very early smoke. Bloody 9 and Bendy are going to get the Nightmare Arrow combination off on a Flying Zebra. The Nightmare cannot be pulled off. The right-click damage should be enough, especially with Haste Rune on Bane. Flying Zebra is so screwed right now. He has no idea. Bendy is going to draw First Blood on the Skywrath Mage. Unfortunately, Enso a little bit too far away to get in on that action, but regardless, the smoke gank level 1, they kind of ran into it, but you could chalk that one up as a win. That could happen. Lycus is going to get tagged with an arrow. Is there any follow-up? Bendy's going to get his clarity popped by a range creep, but the right-click damage from the Evoker plus the Mirana might be enough to bring Lycus down. It's going to be really close. One more. Shoot it. Not enough. Bendy now going to take one too many tower shots. He's going to go down. Nightmare, though, to save it, but Lycus, oh, he doesn't actually have the beam because he's on level 1. The denial from Bane with the Nightmare. That was a clutch as hell Nightmare. Ended up saving his buddy's life, at least from the enemy. And really, what more could you want? Fortunately, Luna, 4 experience points. 4 experience points away. One of these denies didn't happen, and she would have gotten a kill. Right? Just let that sink in. Like, just one denying that Luna that kill. It is Moon Meander. Okay, good. Got confirmation that it is, in fact, Moon. Alright. And he's streaming right now, apparently. But you guys decided to go into this channel. Thank you very much. So you could watch it from an objective, not subjective point of view. Take a quick look at the other lanes while we have this pause, because apparently someone is lagging. WWD is in the process of getting kicked by Tubby the Fat. Like, literally. This boot is going up this beetle's ass. And Tubby the Fat has more base damage, has more armor, has more health. He'll be able to bully the Nyx Assassin for quite a long time. However, he is out of mana. He does have Lich behind him, and he's gotten a couple sacrifices off thus far. Unfortunately, sacrifices don't actually count towards denies, so there's no way to actually keep track of that, which kind of sucks, but hey, what are you going to do? Lich going to get himself some experience and ensure that this remains stackable. Already, Tubby the Fat has gotten 2 off, though it might have just been the Lich stacking up that Ancient Camp for him, because Axes, one of the easiest ways, one of the safest ways to clear off Ancients, especially early on in the game. But Tubby the Fat, he's going to duel with WWD all day long. Morphling up on the top side, 4-for-1 versus Tolera's 1-for-1. Morphling going to go a little bit aggressive on Tolera, actually getting a little bit of body block action going as well, doing a lot of right-click damage. He has a lot of agility, not that much strength, and really, if that's what it takes to win the lane, and if you're being not pressured at all, then that is the correct decision for this Morphling. Just say, hey, I'm just going to get as much agility as I possibly can, and then go to town on these creeps. There's nothing that Puck, who has a lower base damage and a slightly slower projectile, can really do about that versus the Morphling. Invoker has hit level 2, so he now does have the opportunity for a Sunstrike. We'll have to keep our eyes on the Bloody 9 as well as Bendy. Right now they're playing in kind of separate areas. I think they definitely have to know that Lich is down here, and because they would have seen the sacrifices, they would have seen one fewer creep go into the lane every turn, every spawn rather. So Mirana does have sentries, but it looks like she's not willing to lay one down in the Ancient Camp just yet. Maybe they want to try to jack those Ancients when the URT side actually tries to go for it, though I would think prevention is probably just a better idea overall. Bane looking for opportunities up on the top lane. Not going to happen. Puck sitting very happily at full HP. So it looks like the lanes have kind of devolved into dual lanes. Skywrath dual lane, not really too sure how I feel about that with the Luna versus the Invoker. I mean, Invoker versus Luna, slightly favored for Luna in the first couple levels, then Invoker kind of balances it out once he gets a little bit more experience going. And really, the Skywrath, yeah, I think at this point he's just got to leave. He's only level 1 still. Bloody Nine is level 2. The difference is actually pretty huge. Like, having that Arcane Bolt is really nice. Tolera going to put some damage onto team matchmaking, and he's going to jump forward with the Orb. This Dragon might go down. No, they're not going to go for the Dragon. They're instead just going to settle for the Morphling. There's the Silence. He's going to start Strength Morphing, but the damage won't be enough. Oh, they could have picked up that Courier, I think. It would have been 2 shots, but I mean, it wasn't 3 minutes yet, so yeah, they tried to go for the safer target, and they didn't get it. So, you know, what are you going to do? Either way, no blood being spilled on the top lane just yet. Looks like Bottle hasn't picked up for Lycus in the mid lane. He's 9 for 2 versus the 17 for 9 Invoker. Really doing very well for himself on this mid lane. Hasn't really had the need to Sunstrike anyone just yet, but you could bet that those Sunstrikes are eventually going to drop, because Bendy's on this bottom lane. He's looking for an angle to land his arrow. Tubby the Fat and JC both semi-vulnerable to this, especially if Nick Sasson manages to land an Impale, but it looks like Bendy is instead going to back off. He's only level 2, so the Mirana, as well as the Bane, not really having the most in the ways of experience, whereas the Lich is level 3, which, I mean, it's kind of cheating because he has Sacrifice. Skywrath's level 2 now, so the supports from this game are, you know, kind of hovering around everywhere, kind of applying the passive pressure, but that's about it. But as long as Enso is winning his mid lane quite handily, and as long as the Morphling is doing very well in the top lane as well, the supports from the Dream Destroyers don't really have to be super active. I mean, they could look for kill opportunities, but if they don't, it's not really a huge deal, because it's not like their lanes are losing right now or anything like that. So it's just a matter of time before Bendy actually manages to connect with an arrow. Sunstrike to follow up. Even top lane going for Tolera is pretty viable, especially with the Brain Sap. 71 HP. There's the Nightmare. The Puck will just Nightmare tick down. Slowly but surely. Damage is huge, guys. Level 1 Nightmare. 20 damage, 4 seconds. That's like 80 damage. Like, guys, that's legit. No Sunstrike needed, but the Puck does go down. And so still, I wanted to see a Sunstrike because I love Sunstrikes, but regardless, a kill is a kill. And Morphling is getting a lot of farm on this top lane. He's picked up a bottle for himself. He's level 6, and Tolera has got to watch out for this Bane. Nightmare setup versus the Puck is going to hurt like a truck. That's really something that he would rather avoid right now. Still Bendy has been hovering around this mid lane. Flying Zebra is around it as well. If an arrow does land, they can kill off the Skywrath pretty quickly, but Lycus, with level 3 beam, almost level 6, will be sure to punish the Dream Destroyer's side very heavily if they do decide to go in on the Skywrath. But it looks like Bendy is instead going to opt for a different route. Tubby the Fat now going to clear 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stacks of Ancients, at the very least. That's a lot. And Tolera, ooh, pretty good phase shift, dodging the waveform, but Arrow Sunstrike and Tolera's Barbecue. Puck, I mean, he's survivable, but there's only so much you could do when literally the entire team is dropping, literally the entire team -1 is dropping their skills on you. It gets a little bit hard to dodge everything. This top lane for the Dream Destroyers has been very handily won. This Morphling is going to be in firm control of this lane from here on out unless URT brings the heavy artillery. And right now the heavy artillery is in the hands of Tubby the Fat, who's been kind of getting the easiest time on the URT side. Your boy JC might die to a Vendetta. Needs one more hit. Yes, plus 250. That's going to do it. Tubby the Fat does not have a Roar. Does have a board doing a little bit of slow. Silence is going to pop onto WWD. He's going to pop a Spike Carapace. Axe is going to fly, but it's only going to stun on the way there. The way back does still do the damage, and Tolera will pick up the kill on the next assassin. Tubby the Fat will soon hit his level 6 mark. He also does have a crap ton of Ancients to clear, so lots of potential experience for Tubby the Fat on the bottom lane. And Dream Destroyers, they have to be aware of this, and they should be aware of it. Bloody Nine, gonna get a Nightmare to Flying Zebra. No, a little bit too quick, but there's not really many safe places for you to hide. Waveform, arrow, waveform. Boom, the damage. Get shotgunned. Get shotgunned. In the meantime, Luna finds a solo kill on Invoker. Clips wasn't even used, was not a solo kill either, like far from it, just Frost Blasts and nuke damage. There's a 1-for-1 trade overall, but the tower does go down on the top side. Morphling has a Ring of Aquila. Gloves of Haste is up. I'm inclined to think you just go for a Hand of Midas right now. I mean, you're so far ahead, you're in no rush. Hand of Midas or Power Treads, both of them would be perfectly serviceable items. But really, The thing that I'm concerned most about for June Destroyers is the fact that Tubby the Fat does have this huge ancient stack. And he's going to hit like level 7, level 8 off of that, depending on who's there when he actually does finally clear it all off. But yeah, level 8 instantly. He's going to get to level 9 because there's still, all the big creeps there. Tubby the Fat's getting a lot of experience. He's getting a lot of gold as well. When you're packing 1900 gold on the Beastmaster, it could be one of two things. One, it could be Blink Dagger. Two, it could be Boots of Travels. And either way, lots of mobility from this Beastmaster, lots of ways to catch up and stick with the elusive Morphling and, invokers and whatnot, Maranas who have leaps and stuff like that. Once again, guys, it is storming outside, so if the stream does go down, please say something, and if I don't respond instantly, then I have lost power, and there's nothing I can do. That's going to be the end of the stream for the day, so just keep that in mind, that is in the realm of possibility. Skyrath's going to spot Bloody 9, Bloody 9 going to spot Skyrath, Gust Shot's going to fly, and Bloody 9, there's no real follow-up from this one. Your boy JC as well as Tolera a little bit too far away. Puck very, very far from that Blink Dagger, at least especially when compared to the Beastmaster, who has 2200 gold in the bank and is just in the process of clearing off these ancients. Still, all the big ones are still alive, so the Beastmaster has the largest chunk of income yet to come. And, well, Morphling has moved down to the bottom lane where the farm is just a little bit easier. Tubby the Fat does have the does have the level 9, so he does have the ability to leave the lane and roar, but he's instead holding his gold. It could also be a Necrobook. An early level 2 Necrobook is pretty devastating. And keep in mind that the Necrobook also levels up linearly, which means level 1 is you get equal benefits at every level. No proportionately higher benefits, if that makes any sense. Tolera's going to get Vendetta upon. WWD, though, going to be greedy, and Tolera will dodge that Impale. Now WD will pop up Spike Carapace, will get silenced, and then will get absolutely obliterated. Coil's there as well, and Enso gets caught. He's going to trigger it off. The Eclipse is there. How lucky is the Luna? Not lucky enough to kill off the Invoker, but Skyrath does find the kill regardless. So poor Lycus couldn't get the kill, but what are you going to do? In the meantime, bottom lane, Tubby the Fat, gotta be careful because Bloody 9 is there. Waveform through. I think that Waveform missed, and the Roar now onto the Morphling. Brain Sap bring Tubby the Fat pretty low. Gonna pop the boar. Gonna throw the orb is Tolera. Gonna try to go for this Morphling, who's really low on mana, though does still have magic charges. Has another Waveform. He's gonna try to teleport out the axes. The damage is not quite there. Morphling with the strength morph is just too damn strong. And now, Lycus in the meantime was pushing out that lane, but no one's actually going to die at the end of all of that. Tubby the Fat does still have a little bit more in the way of ancient clearing, though Lycus is in the area. I think you probably need Lycus to finish off the last of them if he wants to clear it off safely. But it is going to be a really early Necrobook for the Beastmaster, so not going to really need the huge amount of initiation, not going to be turbo ganking. Instead, going to go into a little bit more of a team fight pushing build, as he does pick up book level 1. So now these tier 1 towers, which have so far stood pretty strong for the June Destroyers, are going to be in a little bit of trouble. Beastmaster with 4 points going to get the Greater Boar online, as well as those little necro dudes. These towers are going to drop in. Bloody 9 is going to spot out the Puck. Arrow should fly. Sunstrike and Arrow, although Tolera gets woken up by the Sunstrike. Going to throw the orb onto 2. Your boy JC has a Chain Frost. He's going to throw onto Bloody 9. It will not bounce at all, but the Frost Blast is there, and they will pick up that kill. Now Bendy is going to jump in the trees. Do they know he's there? They should know he's there, but now he's not there. He's going to tango his way out. Looks like your boy JC actually tried to tango in, and now they don't know where Bendy is. In the meantime, Invoker and the Nyx Assassin both going to take down the tier 1 tower in the mid lane. Tolera still sitting pretty low, is not going to go for a instant Blink Dagger rush. Instead, just going to settle for Magic Stick, Magic Wand, Power Treads, and the Ring of Basilius. Can give them a little more momentum pushing into this tower, and it looks like that's exactly what URT are looking to do. Fortunately for them, no Inner Beast just yet. As I say that, he does pick up 1 level of Inner Beast, so a little more attack speed for all the little Necro units, and WWD the only one here. If he gets roared, he's going to be in for a world of hurt. Might survive because of Vendetta and Spike Carapace, but he might die if the burst damage is too high. If the Ancient Seal does connect, Ancient's still available for Tubby the Fat to clear. Another 200 chunk of gold for him. He's getting really, really good farm, but at the same time, Morphling is as well. He has his Hand of Midas. He's all the way up to 71 CS. This dude is absolutely freaking loaded. fact that he didn't die at all this game, especially in his little bit of an excursion down to the bot lane, really making it so that all of his reliable and unreliable gold is just sitting up and stacking up with that Hand of Midas especially. Power Treads is up on the Morphling. And I think at this point, you got to go for the big ol' shotgun, right? Makes sense. I mean, the Unreal Tango side, they're not tanky by any means. Luna's going to go for what looks like a Yasha Manta style build. So no BKB rush to protect yourself against the shotgun. Beastmaster will survive, but then Puck could phase shift, so Puck might also survive. But Skywrath and Lich are just going to get absolutely demolished by that. They're going to find him, though. They're going to find him and instantly silence him. There's a Dream Coil and the damage. Is there enough? Yeah, I think that's enough. He's dead. He's really, really dead. Talera's going to pick up a dominating streak off of that one and get a nice chunk of change towards the Puck's Blink Dagger. In the meantime, bottom lane, Tubby the Fat's applying the slow pressure to this bottom lane. He's going to roar onto WWD. Pop the Necro units? No Necro units just yet. WWD is going to turn this one around. Teleportation coming in is going to be the Mirana as Bane also arrives. Brain Sap, Sunstrike. Tubby the Fat's going to drop very, very low. He will dodge the arrow, but Soul Ring will end up killing him in the end. He's going to try to throw those axes at the last minute, but Cast Point is a bitch. In the meantime, mid lane, the rest of the Unreal Tango side, they have collected themselves after killing that Morphling, and they're going to look to take down this middle tier 1 tower. With the Ring of Aquila up on Lycus, the pushing isn't that huge. They really only have the Luna with the 2 points in Lunar Blessing to make this push really quick, but at the same time, Invoker's not really in the area, so he can't really help out. He himself actually has 2200 gold. He's right behind the Morphling as far as gold per minute is concerned, and a little bit further behind the Beastmaster in net worth, but so what? He has 2200. Brown boots only, so boots of travel still an option. If you find yourself with that much gold this early on, that could always be an option, though I think Blink Dagger might be a little bit better. I mean, if he was going to go for phase boots, he would have picked it up already. If he was going to go for Yules, I would assume he would already have he would have shipped out an Iron Branch for, either an intelligence part or a Void Stone or something like that. So it really could be anything at this point for the Invoker. But, I don't know, maybe he wants to go for an Orchid or something like that. I believe in staffs kind of sucks, so holding them doesn't really help you that much. Dude's loaded. We'll keep our eye on the Invoker to see what items he's going to pick up in the future. But this tower will go down for free on the Earth side. Luna, no, it's going to be Skywrath taking that last right click. And level 2 book is now up on the Beastmaster. 13 minutes in, you have a level 2 Necro book on your Beastmaster. You've got to be feeling pretty good about that. But Beastmaster has got to be a little bit more active. I mean, he's used his Roar, I think, twice. Only's gotten 1 kill out of it. So he's got to use the Roar and shut down the Morphling, shut down the Invoker. I mean, the Nyx Assassin, the Mirana, the Bane, they're nice kills and everything, but they're not really the game-breaking heroes at the moment. You've got to turn your attention towards the Morphling and the Invoker, who are currently getting a little bit out of control in the farm category. Regardless, they might want to go for WWD. They have a Roar in 7 seconds, but they also have a Hawk scouting out everything. They'll know that's... no, they should know that there's a Moonlight Shadow right now. And instantly the pings go out for Unreal Tangos to go for Roshan. So Roshan is going to be attempted. Bendy is not going to see it, and, well, Bendy's going to get seen, so... The bird! Oh, the bird! The bird lives! Lucky bird. And Flying Zebra going to instantly deward that. He's got to be careful, though, because Stray Arrow can pick him off. The rest of his team is in the Roshan pit. That miss chance uphill is such bullshit. Roshan going to drop very, very quickly. Who has the medallion? It's your boy JC. Picked up a medallion to kill Roshan that much quicker. Level 2 Necro units also contributing a lot towards that damage. And then just like that, it's all hands on deck for the bottom lane push. WWD can get roared, though he does have a Blink Dagger, so he's going to be pretty damn safe, if I do say so myself. Pushing down the bot lane. Let's see what Unreal Tangos could do. Well, they took the mid lane pretty handily, and, well, they'll be able to take the tower if Dream Destroyers don't want to defend. And I think at this point they have no reason to defend. Their team fight potential isn't that great at the moment. Bane and Bane's channeling is very, very likely to be interrupted. And when you're going to a Chain Frost with a Dream Coil backup, it's always a little bit scary. Big Blink Dagger pickup on the Puck. Mid tier 2 getting pressured a little bit by the Dream Destroyers. That sucks. Poor Nyx clone rather. But There are 3-4 heroes on the mid lane, 4 Dream Destroyers. Bottom lane tier 1, still an option for them. This is this a tactical replicate? Is this just so next level that I don't know what's going on? Or is this just an unfortunate spawning of the water illusion? Oh, this is tactical. Here we go, Tubby the Fat. Oh, it's so tactical! The next level tactics! Holy crap, it works! Bravo. Bravo. Next level. Next level. That's like next level squared up in here. That was awesome. That was awesome. Because he has a Blink Dagger. You don't want to... I guess Axes would have been safer. He has Vendetta. He has Spike Carapace. You want that Roar to land if you're going to throw it. Now, fortunately for the Beastmaster, Roar's only on a 50-second cooldown right now, so it's not really a terribly huge deal that he wasted it on an illusion. But Beastmaster, we were all watching. We were all watching. WWD still has the Blink Dagger, so he's going to play the Slippery Roll on the top side for a little bit, but URT, they have the Aegis, so they're going to go straight for the last tier 1 tower that Dream Destroyers have, and, well, Dream Destroyers haven't defended the other two. Don't really think that'll make them defend this last one, either. Yeah, with the Necro Books, with the Pigs, Tubby the Fat still has a long way to go as far as pushing is concerned. Lots more attack speed to be had. And Concussive Shot. Got him. Didn't really get him, but looks like Bane actually got a kill on the Puck. Grip was used. The Puck's not going to be here for this fight, but I don't really think the URT side really cares about that, because this tower's going to go down one way or another. Yeah, there's no way for the Dream Destroyers to defend this. I don't even think they want to. It looks like Necrobook is going to be matched by Enso. But they need to react now, because giving up a tier 1 is fine. Giving up a tier 2 for free is not as fine. Necro 3 gets popped, and this tower is dropping really fast. Like, holy crap, that's a lot faster than I thought it would drop. But they take it really easily. Now they're going to go straight for the mid lane. We're going to throw out an orb, look for an opportunity, possibly to catch Enso with the Dream Coil. He does have it. Does have a blink as well, but Enso does slip away. They deny the mid lane tier 2. And now they're going to group up and possibly look for even more towers. Talera. And the orb's going to fly. WWD is going to... Well, Vendetta escape. Okay, he's going to be just fine.
Guess what's happening?
He's fine. Nobody panic. It's fine. So mid lane pushed now. They took down the top lane, carved it out really, really easily. Tubby the Fat doesn't have his Necro units up just yet, and you know those units do a lot of damage. So maybe they don't want to go all in for this tower, but regardless, they have a lot of damage, so they'll do what they can when there's no response from the Dream Destroyers, who are so far busy on the bottom lane. Looks like it will be a tier 2 for tier 2 trade. Both towers about of equal importance for both sides, but URT, they could keep going, and Skywrath with Beastmaster picking up the Mirana kill on the top side in the meantime. They could force high ground right now, and they should, just to force Dream Destroyers back. Looks like pings for the top lane are there. Necro units are up in 10 seconds. Eclipse is up. Aegis is still online for quite a long while, actually. And they're just going to go for it. This tower already at less than half HP. Dream Destroyers, they have to act now. Invoker, do you have a Meteor? He has a level 3 Necrobook. There goes the units and the Forge Spirits. A whole army, a whole zoo, dare I say. Lyca's going to go straight to the front lines. Does have an Eclipse. Will pop it off immediately, but the BKB, no, he's actually going to hold on to it. He knows he's going to die. He's going to die, and their Aegis is going to trigger. Talera, though, is going to be the first one to die for realsies. And here comes Lycus back from the dead, instantly gripped up, and Chain Stun. Chain Frost is going to fly, though. You can do a lot of damage unless it just goes to the creeps, and then Bendy jumps away. But the Raxes have already been taken. The damage has already been done. They take the melee Raxes. Enso's getting beaten down by Necro units. Get Enso. Beat him down with your giant axe. That's not going to be enough. Nightmare's there. It seems like URT take a bad fight, and really, it's true. The fight wasn't that great for them. Eclipse was not able to come out. The, what's it called? Mystic Flare, also, I don't believe came out. Roar was used, Necro units were used, but they took the melee racks. And that's exactly what URT wanted to do. That was the entire point of that push. And I think they could say with utmost certainty, mission accomplished. Good job, guys. Everyone take 5. Get your cooldowns. Go back to the fountain for some R&R. And then we'll be right back with round 2 in a little bit. But Tubby the Fat has 3,500 gold. What do you get at this point? I still think that Boots Travels, they're damn good in the Beastmaster. But if you're just going to be going for pushing, maybe you don't go for that. Maybe a Vlad's or something like that would be a lot more helpful for the team overall if they're looking to push this aggressively with this lamp that they've crafted for themselves. I would like to see a Vlad's, actually. Pouch is fine. Tolera is going to get absolutely demolished. Gets caught out with just a random impale out of Vendetta, I think. It must have been. Man, I just missed like the last 3 kills. But that's fine. That's fine. I don't get paid enough to find kills. All these camps are stacked. Holy Jesus. URT have been really busy in their jungles. Tubby the Fat, he's got his bird watching out for him, but even if he sees a Morphling, I think Morphling could just bum rush him down. It's not exactly the safest place to be for Tubby the Fat. But 4,200. And Bloody 9 leading the charge. If Tubby the Fat... Oh, he doesn't have a TP. Uh-oh. Brain Sap. Brain Sap. No, he's going to get away. WD jumps forward for a mana burn and the Urn charge. He's going to get the kill. And 2-man coil, and to try to retaliate, your boy JC is here, as is the Eclipse and Mystic Flare. Dream Destroyers get cleaned up, utterly destroyed. And in the meantime, Beastmaster, he's spent a lot of his gold. Where's the courier? Okay, Aghanim Scepter it is. Gonna pick that one up after he respawns. That's gonna help the pushes and just starting those fights, guaranteeing the Roar is going to get out. And if Dream Destroyers are caught unaware, it could really punish them. BKB or not, the Roar will go through, so Morphling won't be able to do the damage that he'll really want to. Or if Invoker gets caught out, who's also a really high priority target for the Urnreal Tango side, that could be really valuable for them as well. Looks like for now, Lycus is going to just hold the Yasha, and, well, he was holding Ogre Club for a little bit, so I was like, is that Sanj and Yasha? It was a BKB, so BKB after Yasha. If you're going to be fighting this early, you kind of need that BKB, but I think for right now, they're just going to wait this out and wait for Roshan. No sense in pushing this when you could wait for an Aegis and then push it. Hopefully the Aegis will be of a little bit more value than the last time, which was like 0 value. But the Invis rune is there, and Roshan will be up shortly. They do not know that WWD is currently vendetted and stalking Tubby the Fat, but Tubby the Fat, he's fat. I mean, he's 1700 HP. He has 10 armor. These guys are really hard not to crack. And Morphling, Bendy, they're both top side. They're both looking to force the URT side back into a tier 2 tower defense. And it looks like it's working for now. Tolera, Flying Zebra is completely safe in undercover invisibility, but Tolera, if he gets caught out with an Impale or something like that, he could just die very quickly. Morphling, he's completely fine. He can BKB replicate out if he wants to. But if they force a BKB charge out, then that's going to be just fine, unless Mystic Flare is there. They have enough burst damage with the Roar duration from such a long range. He cannot BKB and replicate out because he was chain stunned by 1 stun. Yeah, Roar is a good skill, guys. Roar is certainly a good skill. Anso is going to try to go to town onto Lycus. I don't really know what the plan is there. Frost Blast is there, but Sentries, Necro 3 units, Chain Frost even gets dropped. Tubby the Fat's going to take an arrow straight to the face, and so long range custom shot will do the damage. Flying Zebra is unstoppable. Your boy JC is trying to chase down someone for a Frost Blast. Not going to happen, but the Zoo has already been summoned. They're going to barrel down the mid lane, and they're going to try to take a tier 3 tower. With Morphling and Invoker both on the sidelines, this is going to be a very, very easy tower. At the very least. I think at this point you probably go for the range backs, although Invoker's going to buy back. WWD gets roared once again. He's going to go down. Gem of the True Sight on the ground. The Necrine is just going to town on the tower, and so going to get silenced, going to get so much magic damage upon him with the Ancient Seal. Tolera is going to get stunned, hit with the arrow, but he's phase shifting, and Tolera should be fine. He will be fine. Melee Rax is going to get worked down. Lycus actually focusing all of them with those maxed out glaives. Axe is going to be thrown, and without the Invoker, it's going to be really hard for the Dream Destroyers to mount any sort of defense. In fact, they are not going to be able to. They're going to slide up to the top lane, take their range racks, perhaps, or they could just fall back and go straight for the bottom lane. There's a tier 2 to be had. There's Roshan available as well. And URT, they are in firm control of this game. This Aghanim Scepter, the free-farming Beastmaster, being simply too much for the Dream Destroyer's side. Morphling, he has BKB. He's loaded, man. He's so rich. But it doesn't matter, because if you have all the money in the world, if you're 6-slotted, if you die within the duration of 1 roar, you're not going to be helping your team at all. And now Roshan is going to be very quickly brought down unless they don't use a medallion, which they probably should use. Seems like a good idea to me. Roshan will get ground down real quickly, and Dream Destroyers, they are on the ropes. They need this Invoker to drop down some real Invoker stuff, like, you know, Meteor, Deafening Blast kind of stuff. Because if they don't have damage of that levels coming out from the Invoker, then the damage is simply not going to be high enough. They either need that or they need a pick off, but, you know, good luck picking off the puck. With the bird and the gem, he's going to just de-ward everything. Like, first of all, that is going to be instantly cleared off, which is very nice for the URT side. And then the side lanes. I mean, the top lane is going to be always pushed, unless they are actively pushing it back, which currently they are, but they're going to have their attention forced back to the bottom lane, because this is a big problem. Big problem. 2,000 gold on this Beastmaster. He doesn't have any kills. I think he deserves some. Somebody get this guy some kills, seriously. But Lycus with the plus damage, with the glaives, plus the inner beast aura, 45 attack speed, is like a Hyperstone-ish. It's only like a 10% difference, right? Hyperstone is 55, unless it's 50? 55, I'm right. 10%. Tower gets brought down, and Dream Destroyers, you could try to force them back all day, but at the end of the day, that Morphling just does not do enough damage. Not nearly as much compared to the amount Lycus, with all the auras, is putting out. So here it is, what could be the last team fight of the game. Tubby the Fat on the front line is going to first pop off the Necro units. Look at the damage. He's going to get a roar on WWD. There's no Spike Carapace. He's going to get Nightmare, and he might live due to the mech. Chainfrost is going to fly through. He will go down. Chainfrost will now bounce to Enzo. Back to Bendy. It will die there, but TMM, best team, is going to try to 1v5 everyone. Lycus is going to get ripped, but the Meteor is not going to do any damage because of that BKB. Lycus just fighting strong, but he does have an Aegis. He doesn't care. He's going to respawn and then Eclipse. Tubby the Fat taking a lot of damage, as is Tolera, but they're going to both escape just fine. Eclipse is now available with the glaives. Look at how many glaives there are, that Manta style, doing work onto everything and also providing some pretty good eye candy in the process. Stun onto Skywrath Mage, but it just simply won't be enough. Dream Destroyers, they do not have the comp at this point in time. They cannot compete with this much attack speed. Look how fast Lycus attacks. He only has power treads and a Manta style. That Inner Beast aura doing work, and that is going to Mega Creeps, and Mega Creeps something that Dream Destroyers, they simply cannot fight against. They haven't been winning the fights without Mega Creeps. They certainly will not be winning the fights with Mega Creeps now bearing down on them. It's going to be a little bit before they tap out. Looks like the URT side are going to have to do this the hard way, but 28 minutes in, we got a 15, 16, 28 minute game. This game is in fact over. There is nothing more Dream Destroyers could do. Roar on WWD once again will be Nightmare brought down. Lycus going to Eclipse for one beam, the value. Flying Zebra is actually really stacked. He has a Yule Scepter, has a 4-staff, but it looks like he's going to go down right now. Going to get a rock dropped on him. Unfortunately, the rock doesn't actually get dropped on him. Tubby the Fat just messing around. He knows he's already won. Pop the Necro units, because why not? The Mega Creeps are going to do the rest. And Tolera, it's up to you. You're the last hope. You have to win the game for the team. Yeah, he's gone. Tolera is so gone. Although, arrow, phase shifted. Tolera's just playing games. I mean, Tubby the Fat suicided. They know that this game is over. So, that's going to be it, guys. Dream Destroyers versus Earn Real Tangos. Goes to Earn Real Tangos as they advance into the 4th round. Might cast them again, might not. We'll see what happens. But I hope you guys enjoyed the cast. And I still have power somehow, so that's pretty cool. Maybe we could get a little bit more casting going later on. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to follow the stream.